Too many bad roads and not enough money to build better roads. That's one conclusion of this study by the Road Information Program, TRIP for short, a research firm sponsored by highway interests. The study was commissioned by the Arizona Citizens Transportation Council, and like other studies before it, it offers a bleak view of the state's transportation system, a system that TRIP says has more than 20,000 miles of state and county roads badly in need of improvement, and nearly 200 bridges in similar condition.
The price tag to bring all of that work up to standard is about $4.7 billion. Right now, the state is spending just about a third of the amount of money that's necessary just to come even with this backlog in maintenance, not even talking about new construction.
One way to raise that money, says TRIP, is a percentage tax on gasoline. Arizona's current gas tax is a flat 8 cents a gallon. TRIP says a percentage tax tied to the price of gas would go a long way toward raising needed highway revenues, even though many state legislators have thus far been wary of any sort of gas tax increase.
It's tough that we've put our highway system at the risk of political suicide for people who are elected to the state legislature. Nobody wants a gas tax, and in the case of Arizona, the people have had their way for a long time. The gas tax has been slow in increasing.
If the times change this summer, it will be because of the legislature, and the study suggests Arizona could set a precedent for other western states by establishing a major road improvement program. But the study does not say what the chances are of that happening. John Kain, Cool News 10.
The advertising says see the world, learn a skill, get an education, honor pride and country. But what is it that is bringing them in? Those young people signing up in numbers so great they could end up waiting up to 8 months to get the school or job they want.
I just turned 21 in September, and I really want to get back to school, but my parents didn't have the funds to throw me to school. So what I was going to do is I was going to Air Force for 4 years and send myself to school after.
I just recently dropped out of DeVry Institute of Technology last week, and my parents have been giving me money like crazy, and I spent a lot of money because I've been messing up. And right now I feel like I'm not going anywhere in my life, so I figured if I can get in the Air Force, I can learn a skill that I can use later in life, whether I decide to stay in or not.
With recruitment numbers up, there is another advantage to the military and to the country.
When you have a market and you're working a lot of people, you naturally strive to hire the better people. Our test score requirements have gone up in the last year and a half. We're taking people with fewer law violations, people that are really looking at the military as a career. And
what about re-enlistment? Are people staying in the service longer?
We are holding some people at higher rates than we have before. Our first-term re-enlistment rate, for instance, last year was 38%.
How about the female ratio? Has that been going up a little bit with the economy the way it is?
Been decreasing a little bit. We're finding that more and more females want to come in the Air Force, and we're limited to numbers that we can have. So we've had to drop back on our female ratios enlistments this year.
So in these days of soaring prices, high inflation, and unemployment, people have found it a little bit more advantageous to join the system rather than try and fight it. Dave Munsey, Cool News 10.
You see it hourly in Phoenix, a fire truck racing down the street, through an intersection, on its way to an emergency. But the drive can be a dangerous one.
What I have to do as driver?
Dennis Packabush has seen the danger of Phoenix intersections. He's driven an engine for about 3 years.
It slows you down, but if you don't make it through the intersection, you don't make it the call.
Sometimes firemen don't make it to those calls. Last year in the city, fire trucks and cars were involved in 80 accidents.
Most of them are minor accidents, but we are concerned about all accidents, and we're trying to eliminate as many as we can.
To do that, the Phoenix Fire Department is thinking about installing a system that's been used here in Tucson since 1968, and it works almost as easily as flipping a switch. That switch turns on this light, a strobe light on top of the fire vehicle. When the engines take off, the light goes on. It's supposed to make sure the fire department has a green light. What happens when two emergency vehicles are approaching an intersection from cross directions? Who's going to get the green, who's going to get the red?
Well, this is determined by the receiver. Whichever receiver picks up the opticom light first, they're the ones that get the green light. All
3 other directions receive a red light. So the other apparatus will have to come to a stop at the red light.
There is one drawback, the price tag. The Phoenix Fire Department figures it will cost $2.8 million to put the system in citywide. $200,000 could be budgeted next year to study the light system. A system that would help ensure greater safety at an intersection that costs $2.5 million. Do you think it would be worth it for Phoenix?
Yeah, you're putting a value dollar on life, and I don't think you can't put value to a person's life. Safety is the first utmost thing that the fire department works on.
Mary Hughes, Cool News 10, Tucson.
Here in Arizona, when worldwide tension mounts, our attention is drawn to the Air National Guard. On the south runway of Sky Harbor Airport 7, KC-135 jet refuelers are constantly training for military strategic action. One KC-135, the military version of a Boeing 707, is on alert at all times, ready if war breaks out. Inside the barracks, a rotating crew of 5 men spend 2 or 3 consecutive days on alert. Though some of the time is spent in the kitchen or watching television, these men are training and studying several hours each day. What do? Well, they're what they call a flying gas station.
Our receiver could be a fighter, or could be a B-52 or an F-111, and we extend their range so that they can proceed to their target area.
Their duty to extend the range of other military aircraft. Tension always runs a bit higher here than perhaps in other lines of work, especially when an international crisis such as the situation in Poland occurs. For when the alarm goes off here, these men never immediately know if it's practice or if it's for real. All they know for sure is they have to be prepared.
Well, our primary mission is to be on alert here so that if the war goes or the balloon goes up, we're ready.
Lisa Allen, Cool News 10. Actually, the calendar has been on sale for a few days now, but since school doesn't begin till next week, sales were slow, for a while anyway. But now, how has this new Men of ASU calendar been selling?
Like crazy. Some people are buying more than one.
This is the first male model commercial venture on ASU's campus, the idea created by a couple of fellows who just also happened to be picked to be in the calendar. Well, now we've heard of what happens to a lot of women models being characterized by men as sex objects. Well, what's happened to these men? Are you getting any strange propositions or anything?
They're starting to come around real quick. Everybody has. I mean, some of the guys have been, approached and asked for their autograph and things like that.
It's kind of silly, but.
Did you expect it though?
Well, I guess you have to expect something like that, but that's not why I did it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you do it?
Got me there.
But the man who's really got the kind of recognition models hope for is ASU Sun Devils kicker Scott Lewis. His photo attracted people from Gentleman's Quarterly and an Italian magazine, and both have signed him up for photographic sessions. For him now, the choice for his future isn't so easy.
I would never give up football because it's financially so good and I love playing it so much. But modeling, then again, it's something new I've never done before, and I'm having so much fun now with shooting that I want to pursue that too.
And so it seems positive reactions from students. Women like it, and the men we spoke with today said it's fine. So really, the consensus is a tasteful adventure in male modeling. Lisa Allen, Cool News 10.
This is the opening day of a Scottsdale store specializing in English antiques that are anything but cheap. Where else would you find pieces in the $15,000 to $20,000 range, such as this Chippendale's Artist Table, circa 1750? Price, $19,500. Don and Jean Lloyd of Madison, New Jersey were the first official browsers this morning. The telephone company executive was taken by a bow that throws stones, circa 1800. $1,425, stones not included. A Regency Giltwood convex mirror goes for $1,650 and dates back to 1820. Jean Lloyd was taken by a Swiss cylinder music box dated 1870. It plays 8 selections at $475 a tune.
Always wanted a music box.
The shop is a dream come true for Pat and William McCalmont, who've lived in Europe for 14 years and used all their contacts in the English antique industry to come up with things like
these Regency dwarf cabinets for bedside use dated 1830.
Steps pull out here, like so. This is where you would keep the commode.
Oh, wonderful.
It works out to be steps like this so you can climb in bed. The term museum quality sometimes is overused in the antique business, but they're close. A museum would be happy to have them.
Pat McCalmont is proud of the collection, but somewhat sentimental.
It's hard to part with anything, really, because each piece is a discovery. It becomes a friend. I'm not going to be happy to see the artist table go. It's, I think, a beautiful piece. And I'm very fond of my cardinals. They're going to disappear, I think, rather rapidly.
The 1835 painting called A Winning Hand may go for around $17,000. And like the store, it's quite a conversation piece. Sal Quijada, Cool News 10.
Have you ever wondered how letters get from place to place? Why a letter must have a stamp? Or why stamps cost so much? Well, some school students have, and they wrote Leroy Brewer, the Phoenix postmaster, as part of National Letter Writing Week to find out the answers.
The letters pose some interesting questions, like this one from Beth Cloud. She asks, why do we need stamps? And why did the rates go up? And then there's another one from Doug Lorenz, and Doug asks, can women be mailmen?
For the answers to these and other questions, 6th grade students at Holiday Park School got a personal visit today from the postmaster himself. Mr. Brewer spent about an hour fielding questions from about 75 6th grade students.
What happened if I mailed a letter to get a record and it never came?
Why do dogs dislike the mail carrier, and how do most dogs get at the mail carrier?
You know, when you send your mail to Pennsylvania, you usually mostly use trucks. Ships are like airplanes.
And the inevitable question, why did stamps go up to 18 cents?
When gasoline goes up in price 1 penny a gallon, it costs the Postal Service $3.5 million. Have you heard your mom and dad talk about the price of gasoline?
Yes.
Can you imagine how much it costs the post office at $3.5 million for every penny?
After the questions were answered, the students had some suggestions to bring stamps back down to their lower prices. Their unique suggestions? Well, let the postman wear skates, of course. Deborah Pyburn, Cool News 10.